Hey everybody, welcome back to an Extrovert Paints. I know it's been a while. I apologize for the lengthy delay. It's been a lot going on here. I graduated from college. There's been some family issues. We had a pandemic going on. It's been kind of crazy. I apologize for the length between my videos. I'm working on correcting that. So anyway, today we are looking at the open day reveal of the Warlord Italians. Now there's some plastics, there's some metal. We're going to look at as much as they are dishing out, and hopefully, we'll have some really good insight on them. I had looked at them previously. I do think that they have a lot to offer. So let's do a deep dive on this reveal. I'm super excited about it. Finally, guys, finally, we're getting some plastic Italians. Alright, so I've got the newsletter here from Paul Sawyer. This is a really big reveal. We got the Italian plastics, we got some metals to look at. Let's just dive right in, right? So I love the fact that we're getting a Bersaglieri and an Alpini set. I think that's fantastic. And by the way, guys, you don't pronounce the G in Bersaglieri. Alright, that's not how you pronounce it. You learn Italian. Anyway, so then we got some really great stuff here. I love the fact that they are opening this up to a wide variety of theaters. They're not just focusing on one. And you can see in the preview here, they've got, this could represent any theater, any period of the war, really. I mean, with the exception of really early war, because you got the Carcano M91 41s. Obviously, you're not going to see them prior to 41, right? So, but for mid to late war, this is going to fit right in. I really think that this is going to be awesome. I love the fact that they are releasing the Fiat 626 in the Scudato armored version. I think that's fantastic. The Semovente 4732. I think that's the flamer version of the L6. This is also really cool. I like the fact that they're finally updating their metal range for the Italians as well. So as a complement to the plastics, we get a brand new metal range. And I'm assuming we're going to get this for every single plastics that we get. I don't think that we're just going to get head swaps. I'm kind of hoping that we get a mix of both. And you just saw past, I'm going pretty fast here, but we will look at these in more detail here. The Guastatori Assault Engineers, the San Marco Marines, and the colonial troops, the Eritreans. And now we're just getting into some of the some information here about the campaign book, which is coming out. But let's take a deep dive into this, shall we? Let's really take a look at these and just get a feel for what we're expecting here, and put my history degree to use. So here we got the Guastatori, the assault engineers. So I know there was a comment I saw on social media about the Bangalores. The Italians use them. In fact, there are some great video clips of assault engineers actually attacking a British stronghold, probably staged, but either way, it's still pretty cool, showing that you see the Bangalores actually being carried by a couple of the soldiers on their way to blow up some barbed wire. You'll notice, too, that you get a nice mixture of uniforms here. You get the smock, as well as I'm assuming, the M37 or M40 tunic. Both of those are, pretty much interchangeable, except for some minor differences in appearance, which I really like the fact that they have incorporated that aspect into their sculpts. You're not getting a single period in time. You're getting, you're getting a unit that you could pretty much paint up to represent any period of time post 41. Again, because of that. I do like also the fact that they are armed with carbines as opposed to the Carcano M91 41s. I do think that these count as specialist troops, so you will see them with either the M38 or the Carcano TS, the Troopa Speciale. And I do like the fact that you get a mix of equipment as well in their kits. So you get some guys with like the belt pouches, and you get some guys with the bandoliers for the 6.5x52 Carcano rounds. Very, very cool. And then, of course, the M40 flamethrower. And I love the fact that the second guy isn't in that full asbestos kit and anti-flame kit, and they have the backpack and some mask on. I love it. I love the character of these sculpts. So let's take a look at the San Marco Marines next. This is a kit we've really been waiting for. A lot of people have been excited about this, myself included. So let's take a look there. I know I saw a couple of comments, 1 or 2 comments on social about them not being in shorts. Just a reminder, guys, this is meant to be for any theater. You're not going to see shorts in parts of Europe, right? It's cold in the fall and in the wintertime. So I think this is just supposed to represent a much broader, range of environments, and that's why they're not in shorts. I know that there's footage of them in shorts and pictures of them in shorts and stuff, but I love the fact that they really want the town in the uniform. They really got it right. I know I heard a couple of people complaining about the lack of an M38A Beretta on every single one of these guys, but just a reminder, in the rules, the San Marco Marines are armed with rifles. It sucks. I know it's not historically accurate. I know you saw them with SMGs in those clips, but the fact of the matter is, these guys, there's rules to follow. Paul, I don't think wrote the rules. I don't know who wrote the rules, but whoever wrote the rules decided that this was a balancing issue, so they had to get these guys rifles. I don't know. But anyway, they look great. I love the fact that their kit is accurate, their uniform is accurate, they're wearing the M33 steel helmets. And honestly, guys, let's be direct here. I mean, that cavalry carbine, the Carcano cavalry carbine that they're carrying is so iconic. It's so relevant to the Italian identity in World War II. I mean, they had children's toys, non-functioning of course, made up to be identical to these, just because it was such an iconic weapon, and I love the fact that we get an entire unit just armed with these. It's fantastic. And of course you got the Beretta M30 LMG, and then the loader in the background with the spare barrels. So awesome. Really excited about these. Let's take a look at the colonial troops, the Eritreans. So a couple of pointers are, I love the fact that they got the M30 Beretta and the backpack on here. It's really a vital piece of equipment that I think if you didn't know better, you might not include it if you weren't up to snuff on Italian kits and stuff at the time. But they were actually armed with the Beretta M30. Everyone was armed with the Beretta M30. It was a crap LMG, but it seemed to be everywhere. One thing that is really cool is that they did not arm them with the Carcanos, but instead with the Vetterli Vitali 70-87-15. This was an older gun. It was in fact created, it was designed in 1870 as a single-shot rifle, and then in 1887 it was modified to be a 4-shot 10mm round. No, not 10mm. 10 something or other. Gosh, my brain is fried. Too much school. But yeah, it had a different round in it. 10 caliber. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's I'm not a super gun nut, but that's what it is. It was a 4-shot gun. They turned it into a 6-shot Carcano using the 6.5x52. And that was in World War I. That's the 1915, so that's the 15 part of that gun. So they're armed with the correct rifle. They were given these older, nearly defunct guns in place of the newer Carcanos, which were going to the front line. So I love the uniforms on here. They really nailed it. They nailed the fact some of them are wearing sandals, some of them are barefoot. This is a Vetterli Vitali 70-87-15. You can see the bayonet. This was a super common gun prior to World War I, and in fact, in World War I, even though they had the Carcano rifles, the full Carcanos, the they actually were still using and refitting these older rifles because they didn't have enough weapons to, give all of their troops, and of course it found their way into Eritrean hands after after the Italians essentially conquered that area. So it's really fascinating stuff. The history of all of the various colonial wars leading up to World War II. It's very interesting. So anyway, that's the medals that we've been introduced to. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Italian plastics now. So this is the grand finale. We've been waiting on this for years. We finally have it. And again, I apologize. I'm on my iPad right now. So when I zoom in, sometimes if I press too long, it comes up with a save option, but like this. So anyway, look how awesome this is. We get we get different headgear. We get the M33 steel helmets. We get the bustinas. We got the long M9141 bayonets sheathed. We get a couple of arms with the Carcano M9141. We get a 5mm Beretta pistol. Sorry about that. We got the M30 LMG there. We got an M38 carbine. We've got the cavalry carbine there. We've got the fezzes. We've got the sun helmets. We've got the hard fezzes for the and the fezzes, of course, were for the black shirts. You see a lot of images of the black shirts in these fezzes. Some more the M9141 arms. Another Breda M30 LMG. We got a couple loading arms there. We've got the one carrying the magazine clip, the brass clip that the Italians really hated. Sorry about that again. We got another cavalry carbine. We got that loader backpack. I love the fact that they got it in the plastic. That's great. That's really going to make that LMG team stand out. Which is good because sometimes you never know which one is which when you're trying to remove models, and now you can. The fact that they included the M38, and I think I saw the M38's bayonet up there as well because it's a different style bayonet. You got the M38A Beretta SMG. There's a lot of M38s and M41s in Italian military language, and that's because that's basically when these things were developed and just basically when they went to production. So you have, those are like the primary years you see a lot of that stuff. You have look at that gesture hand. Look at that, man. That is so cool. Again, with the loader hand, different gas masks. You got the fighting knives. Anyway, guys, look, I gotta say, this has been spectacular. I cannot wait for this to come out. I'm gonna be the first one in line to grab these. Kudos to Paul Sawyer and his team, and everyone at Warlord Games for coming up with this spectacular kit here. I absolutely love it. And, feel free to pause the video at various points and zoom in, or, whatever you got to do. Just take a look at all this. It's fantastic. I love the fact that there are multiple LMG arms. I love the fact that there are different types of weapons available for you to use. Depending on what you're going for, you can go for a full black shirt group or a full regular army, whatever you want to do. It's all here. It's all available. They have the extra goggles for Western Desert, or if you're doing, an Eastern Front, you still use the goggles. It's cold, snow blows in your face. You don't want that. Different headgear, really valuable. I love the entrenching tool options with the bayonets on them. All in all, this is just an ace kit. Everything that they've showed at the open day, and something else to it, I'm not going to show it here. I'd rather you hunt for it. When we have better pictures, I'll definitely do a review on them, but I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of things in the open day case with all of these kits and sprues displayed. There's a couple of images on social media. Check them out. I think there was a Solothurn team. I saw an FOO team as well, and I'm pretty sure I saw another team. I think it might have been a sniper team, but definitely give that a look. They're not labeled. At least the Solothurn team and the other team weren't labeled. The FOO team was, but give that a look. You're going to be pretty impressed. I really think we're going to get some really great medals out of this range, and I can't wait to paint them up. I might even do some tutorials on it. Stay tuned. It's going to be awesome, guys. This is a great time to play Italians, and I can't wait. I just cannot wait. I'm so hyped. All right, guys. It's been real. I will catch you in the next one. Take care.